Welcome to the first ever Tom Gallicchio podcast. This is going to be a new weekly podcast that I, Tom Gallicchio, have created myself. And I'm going to interview various guests, and it's going to be funny, and there's going to be stuff and things. And we'll talk about fights. We'll talk about funny stuff. We'll answer questions. I don't know. We're going to see where it goes. Today, we actually have a very special guest, smiling Sam Alvey.
Well, hi, Tom. Thanks for having me on your podcast, or your cast, as I'm sure we're going to be referring to it as.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be a cast, because that's what all the cool kids are saying.
It is what cool kids say. And we are very cool, in case you at home didn't know that. We're two of the coolest kids you will ever meet.
I think fighting just makes us cool, because if we didn't fight, we wouldn't be cool. And that's not really even that cool.
It's not that cool. It hurts. It hurts so much. It's hard to be cool when you limp everywhere. Literally, every morning I wake up, and it takes me 45 seconds to walk down my stairs, because it's 1 foot at a time as my body slowly adjusts to gravity.
Fighting makes you want to have a house without stairs.
Yes, it does. One story or nothing.
I kind of always wanted to get one of those chairs that you sit on and they ride you up. That's how you know you made it. You know, like the old people use with the canes.
And here I am, using my own two legs like a sucker.
Or a house with an escalator. That's how you know you made it. You
know what would be sweet? Completely my idea, too, is I want to make a house out of shipping containers. And that's all I'll live in, is just shipping containers.
Hey, that's my dream. You were the one who shit on my dream of having shipping container home. Yeah. To quote you, you said, "What if someone farts in it?"
Yeah, you will be hearing the echoes for weeks. You'll smell the smell never go away.
So, Sam has been on The Ultimate Fighter. What season was it?
I was season 16. Shane Carwin versus Roy Nelson. I was on Shane Carwin's team.
How was it? How'd you like Shane Carwin?
Shane Carwin was fantastic. I learned a lot of things while on there. He brought on some of the best coaches anyone could have ever wished for. He brought on his coaches, actually. You know, he won the interim belt using the coaches he brought on the show, and it was just fantastic. I was even first picked on my season. It was amazing, and then flopped out spectacularly very shortly after that. But I bounced back. I loved the experience. I'm now back in the UFC 2 years later, but things are going pretty well.
Yeah, you were on a heck of a tear before, unfortunately, you dropped one, but anything coming up for you next?
Nothing yet, but I'm trying. Man, I hate not fighting. It's what I do. It's my job. When I'm not fighting, I feel useless. I mean, I have little jobs here and there. I do private lessons, and I work at Dan Henderson's Athletic Fitness Center, so if anyone wants to come in and do some privates with me.
Hey, I work there, too.
Hey, I knew you from somewhere. But yeah, I do as much as I can. I'm trying to fight soon. I'm on the horn with, my manager, my wife, is on the horn with Joe Silva just daily, saying, get me on something sometime, somewhere.
That's an interesting thing you say. Your wife's your manager, who is also my manager, I might add. But you've had several managers. Let's talk about the MMA management game.
It's a tricky game because everybody says they want to help you, and they all kind of do, and they all probably even really do. I've had some great managers. I've got nothing bad to say about any of them, but then it comes time to pay the piper, as it were, and then it gets harder to love them as much as you want to.
Yeah, it's usually about 20 or 10% that they take. Some people even take a third. My first manager took 33%, and a third of ticket sales I sold, any bonuses. Yeah, we signed what they said was the infamous boxing contract not to sign, the sucker contract. Mm-hmm. And then I was locked into that for so many years. Luckily, Nick Limbo and the New Jersey State Athletic Commission held a hearing for us and understood that we were kind of tricked into signing it, and we got free. And Frankie Edgar was one of the people who got free, was under the manager, and he could have made that guy a lot of money if he was still on contract. But, it sucks. A lot of these people are out to make money off of your name, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of them are. And a lot of time managers are complete necessary. I mean, I couldn't have gotten into the UFC without my management, and I was very happy with them. I'm even more happy now with the direction I went. My wife has taken control, and we're doing fantastic with sponsors. I'm not late for anything. She's just doing magic for me. So you kind of have to find that happy bond, and what's a happier bond than your wife?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you can't trust your wife, you obviously married the wrong woman.
Yeah. Although I have to say, I was talking about it comes hard to pay. My past management have spent 20%, 10%, or somewhere in between. My wife, she gets 100%. Everything I make. She gets it all.
Yeah, the cut's not exactly fair. But it would have went to her anyway. Now instead of 10% going to another manager and 90 to her, now it's just 100 to her.
Now it's 100 to her. Yeah. So, your experience on Tough, you're like fresh off it. It's fresh in your mind. I'm old and decrepit, and I get punched for a living, so I didn't remember most of mine. How about you? How'd you enjoy your 6 weeks of stardom in the house?
I did the math. It was about 7.5 weeks of being gone, where they take the phone away from you and your books and anything that could kind of keep you entertained. You have your first week in a hotel. And that's probably one of the things I could talk about because they showed the hotel stuff on the air. Well, they didn't show a lot of hotel stuff, but that episode's past. We're past. We're in the hotel. They basically take you to a hotel, clean out your bags before you go to your room. They give you your key. They hold on to the key. So they're punching you in and punching you out so you can't leave or anything unless you leave the latch on. I heard of somebody sneaking to get a Starbucks out there because he didn't give all his money away. But it was cool being in a hotel. First of all, you got to catch up on your daytime television.
You gotta love Maury.
I caught a lot of Married with Children, which is a classic
daytime
show.
TV.
That is daytime TV. What else did I watch? I caught some Simpsons. They don't show as many episodes in a row as they used to.
Not so much, but you know why? Because now there's that station FXX. I think one of the X's stands for Extreme, and it's like Simpsons 24/7.
It's a Simpsons channel?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. There's so many Simpsons episodes. There's, over 1,000 now? It's pretty much a Simpsons channel. It's pretty fantastic.
I wonder if they could cut it with some King of the Hill.
I'd imagine they're going to have to eventually because, I'm a huge Simpsons fanatic and I don't want to watch that much Simpsons.
Yeah, the older episodes are definitely better than the newer episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've just seen all the older episodes 10, 15, 20 times, especially now.
Do you got a favorite episode?
There are so many favorite episodes.
Really hard.
I love it when he goes to space. That's one of my favorite.
That's a great one where he's eating the chips and
yeah.
floating all around. I like the one where him and Otto get high as soon as he gets his license to smoke weed for medical marijuana. That was a really good episode. And then he's hanging out with Otto and going to Fish concerts. That was a great episode. But back to Tough. Before we get distracted on Simpsons, which is easier said than done. It was definitely an experience. 7.5 weeks being away. The first week, like I said, was television. That's all you had. But once you got in the house, once I won my fight, that luxury was then taken away from me. And we were given room service in the hotel. Then we had to go to making our own food, which they would actually give you a list. So if you haven't been in an Ultimate Fighter house, they're going to give you a list. And on that list, you write down every day what type of food you want. And it's usually sky's the limit. Anything you want goes for the most part. Although I wasn't able to get any venison. I did put it on the list, but no venison for me. I got some elk. I got some bison. I got some variety cheesecake. Like one of those big cheesecakes with the two in there. Yeah. Once I got one, everybody kind of started catching on. You just saw cakes, variety cheesecakes. It actually became a trend. If you saw somebody ordering something good, they started to get that because they liked it. Tom Lee was always ordering Skinny Cow clusters, like they were like to portion controlled, so they're skinny. I guess they're just candy, and they just give you less of it and charge you more and put it in little packages. So I guess you could portion control yourself, but it's hard to portion control yourself when you eat the whole box.
Yeah, fat ass cow. That is the stuff for me.
What any trends did you set for the house as far as list wise?
You know what? I had an awesome showing. Got in the house. It was great. Then the weight kind of killed me a little bit, and I flopped out of my first fight. It wasn't even a good fight. I just kind of got beat. So I had such high hopes that somebody on my team was going to get injured, and I was going to get a second shot. So and my weight was so high. I mean, I fought 205 more than I fought 85 in my career. And it was I didn't get to order that much until like the last week. I said, screw it, I'm not getting back on, and then I went to town. I like the Snickers ice cream bars.
Snickers ice cream. We had Snickers ice cream. We started and that became a trend that everybody ordered it.
Something I would do though is I would order on other people's lists, because it's one list, you have full access to everyone. And so we'd order like tampons for Julian, or the guy who's fighting next. You're ordering all sorts of junk food, and you find out what's on their sweet tooth, and you're just going to town. One of the problems we had though is the refrigerator wasn't big enough for it.
Oh,
so
yes.
We just packed it in, and before too long the stuff was only kind of cold. There was just too much stuff in there. I'm sure you had a similar problem.
Yes. The refrigerator gets packed really fast, and your stuff doesn't get cold. Another thing I noticed is vegetables will go bad, but anything else, anybody else will eat. Did you come at a certain point in time where everybody was like, screw it, I'm just eating whatever's in the fridge?
Oh, yeah.
Name or not?
It was, after the first couple losses, it was like, yeah, I'm eating whatever's there. Even if I didn't order it, it's mine. If I find it first. You get people that get up extra early to get in there and get their Snickers bar out of there before everyone else.
The trick was you would have to eat all your food first. Like if you ordered Snickers ice cream, they would probably cut up the package and mix it between two people and write the name on the bag. You eat your 3 Snickers ice cream. This way nobody else could get to it.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, so you had to. It was, Snickers is life or blood kind of thing. And I wanted my Snickers.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about those going bad. It's just the vegetables. Did you try hiding your Snickers or?
No. Truth be told, I was probably, like I said, most of the time there I wasn't snacking on anything, but that last week I just ate it. If it was there, I ate it. I didn't care. I was never going to see most of these people ever again. I said, I'm eating your stuff.
We hit a point where there was like, right in the beginning, there was like 12 almond milks in the fridge. And then everybody's like, let's just all drink each other's almond milk and eggs, because we don't need 8 dozens of eggs and 12 cartons of almond milk, which I call Tommen milk, by the way.
It's Tommen milk,
It's Tommen milk.
Yeah. You know what I had a lot of on my season? I'm sure fighters, by trade, we don't need to be that intelligent. We just have to know how to punch and sprawl pretty much. But all fighters think they are among the most intelligent people that have ever lived. And
Yes.
so throughout the entire season, the guys were just going on, oh, well, you got to eat beets. It tastes like dirt, but this is going to cure your cancer. You're never going to be sick again. And you hear everybody starts talking about, oh, this is what you have to eat. This is what you eat. This is what anyone that eat. And then it's not even this is what you should eat. It's that if you don't eat this, you're wrong. And then they go into how you're wrong and who taught them this and who taught them that. It was just ridiculous. When most of them have read it on the back, they Googled it, and that's where they got their information from.
Everybody's like a YouTube philosopher.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a video on YouTube, so it's got to be true.
Yeah, it was, and you just kind of start ignoring them. So you're a fighter,
Yeah, you're as stupid as I am.
You are as stupid as I am. So you don't know any better. You know what works for you. Go ahead, eat your dirt. It's fine.
And we're all going to be wrong anyway. In many years, we're just going to find out we were wrong, and the next generation's going to have everything right.
Yeah.
Until they're wrong.
Yeah. Well, are eggs back to being good for us yet? They were great for us, then they're bad, then they're good again. think they went bad. I think we're back on eggs are good for you.
They're good, and I think butter has made a huge comeback.
Oh, yeah. Sugar's on the way back up, too.
Really?
Yeah, sugar's back in. Fat's still out. But I know the
There's good fats now. Remember when coconut stuff was bad for you? Like, coconut milk will like make your cholesterol go through the roof. Now it's like coconut everything.
Coconut's where it's at, I guess.
It's a good day to be a coconut. The stock is high in coconuts and butter.
It's a bad day to be a coconut because you're going to be eating now.
Unless you want to be eating.
Yeah, I guess you want to be eating. It's a good day to be a
I
coconut.
guess nobody wants to be on the food chain.
Yeah, not me.
No, we've worked our way out of the food chain. Now we just got drivers texting to worry about when we're on our motorcycle.
Yes. For those of you listening to this that don't live in California, California is the worst drivers in the entire world. I mean, they're terrible, all of them. Whether they're texting or not, they're just terrible. No idea what they're doing at any point. I'm becoming a worse driver because I've lived here for as long as I have now. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted it.
Yeah, you could go soft in California a little bit sometimes. So I got to go back to Jersey for a couple months every so often, mostly because of surgery, but gets me back to my roots and remembers that I'm not that soft.
Yeah, you've got to.
You definitely got to go back to your roots. Sam's from the Midwest. He's from, what is it, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, or Sam Wisconsin. It's pretty. I love Wisconsin. It's fantastic. For the 3 months of the year that it's nice out, it's just perfect. I mean, it's sunny. It's got the breeze. The lakes are right there. It's green. It's not green in Southern California. It's brown, and anything that is green is man-made. But Wisconsin is green. Until it's white, and then it gets really white. Snow and hail and all that, and it's just wonderful. I miss it. Taxes are better than Wisconsin, too. Or taxes are better in Wisconsin than they are in California,
What's the sales tax?
I think it's 5.5.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not Delaware, though.
It's not Delaware. No, but we've got the high income taxes and high property taxes. It's far from a good tax state, but it's way better over the last 6 years.
Are the taxes so high because they've done drugs?
No, not legal. Not legal. I have to imagine that's why it's high in California, though. Lots of drug users. And I have to imagine they do their drugs. They don't care about how high their taxes are.
Well, we might as well go on the subject. You would consider pot a drug?
Oh,
marijuana?
Yeah. It is a drug. I mean, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it is a drug.
Would you consider alcohol a drug?
Yeah, probably.
What about coffee?
The caffeine.
Yeah, coffee is definitely drugs. It's just legal drugs.
Legal drugs.
I consider coffee drugs.
Yeah, I hate the taste of coffee, but I drink. Yeah, I have to drink it now during my camp. UFC's new rules is I'm not allowed to take my Superman juice, which isn't steroids. I just call it that because it makes me feel like Superman. It's like Jack 3D and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pre-workout, which you call Superman juice.
I call it my Superman juice because I feel like I'm not allowed to take it anymore, so I'm just going to drink lots of coffee. From Onnit. Buy from Onnit. It's a fantastic coffee product.
Tom Gallicchio does not agree with this statement. This is just a strictly Sam Alvey thing. Until Onnit decides to sponsor this wonderful show. Maybe next one.
Maybe the next one. We will find.
We will find out if this is a success or a flop. But this podcast thing is a little weird. Like, I don't know. Am I supposed to stare at the camera? Am I supposed to stare at you?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to... Like, I've been staring here. But is that just going to make me look special?
I got an idea. For the next minute, just look straight into the lens.
Okay.
For 1 minute, we can talk about whatever we want, but we're not going to break eye contact. Try not to blink even. So Wisconsin's pretty fantastic. I love it. You can do anything at any time of the year. We've got skiing. We've got snowmobiling. We've got summertime swimming. We've got cheese and brats. And it's just amazing.
You got that restaurant that we went to, the Moose Knuckle.
Oh yeah,
for your
I believe it was
reception.
The Moose Jaw. But yeah, it's pretty. We have custard. The rest of the country doesn't have custard, and custard is fantastic.
Sam actually introduced me to custard. We were on a trip. We were cornering the California state team against Arizona, and he was raving about custard. Me and a fighter by the name of Kirby just thought it was ice cream. We felt like we were eating ice cream.
Oh, it's ice cream with butter and eggs in it. And both, remember, butter and eggs are good for you.
They're good for you now, yes. And so is sugar, apparently.
Sugar is apparently, everything's in moderation, but apparently sugar is back on the way up for being good for you. All right, I'm breaking eye contact.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think this is right? Or it's a little intense.
Yeah, how about Jersey? How's Jersey?
New Jersey. New Jersey's great. A lot of people think it's like that stupid TV show. Am I supposed to break and turn to the camera? Like stupid TV show? But it's
here's a fact for everyone. Tom actually dated Snooki for a while. Continue.
Yeah, let's throw that in now. No dating Snooki. I don't date trolls. I have a little bit of taste, and plus she's not Asian. New Jersey's great. We have beaches. We have seasons. We have mountains. We have the best pizza around.
Nah.
We have awesome bagels. The thick crust, I can't say because I've never had a Chicago pizza.
Oh, it's pretty awesome.
Is it?
Oh, it is.
Do people in Chicago always get the thick crust pizza?
I mean, I'm sure there are people who don't, but it's the Chicago thing. It's
not like just a tourist thing and like, oh, let me do it because I'm a tourist.
I mean, they actually do eat the thick crust because it's fantastic. Yeah.
All right. I thought it might have been something just for out-of-towners. Like, here, have some thick crust pizza. That'll just shut you up.
Nope, it is. It's the cat's meow.
I'm going to have to try it. I was in Chicago only once, I think, and that was for Ultimate Fighter tryouts. And then we ate at a fancy establishment. I don't really want to say the name because they're not delicious because they're not sponsoring us, but it rhymes with Flickdonald's.
I love Flickdonald's.
It is delicious. Is it food? Maybe. Is it delicious? Yes. Flickdonald's. It's all right. I don't like all the hate that McDonald's gets.
I don't either. McDonald's has done a great thing. It has cheap food that tastes awesome.
Yeah, it's like just eat these delicious fries that might be made out of cardboard, shove them into your face, and shut the fuck up and enjoy the McDonald's.
If boxes tasted as good as those fries do, I would eat boxes.
And
I would be the literal goat.
How come they can't make vegetables delicious? And I'm tired of people saying they can.
I don't know, because if it was delicious, we'd be out of fat people, and we need fat people. we gotta keep up quota. Remember, obesity is the largest city in America. It is.
Possibly the world.
Possibly the world. Only country in the world where our poor are the obese. The rest of the world, they're rich that are.
Yeah, it used to be that if you were fat, you were attractive. Like if you were a big girl, that
means you had money.
You had money.
You knew what was what.
The same with like fish. Fish used to be poor people food. Now it's rich people food.
It is. I could go for some fish. I gotta get another fight.
Just chicken for you.
Yeah.
Sushi's an expensive food too.
It is, and it makes you feel like it's a good deal. If you get the all-you-can-eat, it's like usually $24 all-you-can-eat. It's like, oh, that's an awesome deal, but you can't eat all that much. But that rice, it just sticks to your stomach.
It really does, and they're so small. You think you could eat a bunch of them. Like wings, boneless wings. You could shove them into your mouth till you're dead.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I could. I'm going to make some wings tonight.
Boneless?
No, I like the bone. You need the bone.
For flavor?
I don't know. I just like
just to feel like you know you killed an animal.
I got to make sure I know it's dead.
Like at the Renaissance Fair with the legs. Actually, me and Sam went to the Renaissance Fair this year.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I killed the giant. Everyone else tried and failed, but I killed the giant.
Yeah, Sam killed the giant. The rest of us paid the giant with our money.
Yes.
At least two guys standing in front of it.
I also paid the giant, but I killed it too.
Did you get? You weren't able to take your money back.
I don't think I got anything for it, other than the right to say I did it.
They yelled for you?
They sure did.
That's a good gimmick. It's a good gimmick. Where's a prize?
I used to work at a Renaissance Fair, and it was huzzah for the tipper. That's what we yell all day long. We'd ring a little bell, and people were tickled.
They're like, oh, I love throwing my money at these people.
I said, oh, wow, you did that for $1? I said, yeah, you see what I do for a 10.
You yell a lot longer and louder.
Yeah, I'd ring the bell twice.
What is your favorite thing at the Renaissance Fair?
My favorite thing, I don't know. The food's always pretty good. Way overpriced, but the food's like just covered in salt and
Yeah, salt's good.
yeah, food's pretty good.
So it would be food, or would it be the turtle races?
Ooh, turtle races. Yeah, although my turtle is on like a 2-year in a row losing streak. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, the thing I noticed about Renaissance fairs is that they could kind of be a dick to you.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly accepted.
Yeah.
I remember the kid at the turtle race was being such a dick.
He was a dick.
He was a dick. I hope he's watching this. Probably not.
I hope he has cancer.
Yeah. I hope he fucking dies. I guess that's the direction we're taking this podcast. Speaking of direction to this podcast, I kind of come up with a name. I had a name, and then I think someone took it. It was the Punchline Podcast, because there's jokes and there's people who punch. So why not punch and line? But that apparently was taken.
See, my suggestion is change where the emphasis of the name is. Then it'd be completely different. So instead of the Punchline Podcast, it could be the Punch Line Podcast. Completely different.
Like, do I put dots, like the 3 dots?
Or a comma, semicolon maybe.
How do you use a semicolon?
You just throw them in there. One of them's going to hit right.
One of them's going to hit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that, or maybe... I don't even think this is a podcast, since there's that.
It's technically a vlog.
A vlog?
Yes, a video blog.
Or a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Because I think that's where I'm posting it.
Yeah, post it on YouTube. You could probably post the audio somewhere. You could probably post just the audio on YouTube too, and then post the audio wherever.
So that would make it a podcast.
Yeah, I think the video makes it a vlog. The sound makes it a podcast.
Oh, but I could call it. Is it all just a podcast,
or you could just say it's a video podcast
or a video cast?
I think it'd be video podcast.
You know what I think? We should get all the podcasts, all the video vlogs, all the radio stations, and let's just call them podcasts. Let's all just go under one name.
Yes, so it's settled. Take a vote. All in favor? Aye. Bam. Done.
So this is a podcast.
That's how we do stuff.
This is not just a podcast. This is a Tomcast.
It's a Tomcast. Yes.
Maybe that's the name, the Tomcast.
You know, we should have a competition. Tweet #Tomcast. And under that hashtag, give us your idea of what we should name this.
I like that.
By we, I mean him.
Yeah, Sam's a thinking man. Yeah.
#Tomcast. And then give us what you think the name of it should
be. And that's TOM cast. KAST.
You want the K?
Oh, no, CAST. As you can see, this is a work in progress.
We are both fighters. We don't need to know how to spell words. We just need to know where to sign on the dotted line. That's what we have the managers for. That's what they get the 20% for.
Exactly, to spell.
To let us know what we're signing.
You know what's funny? Now that I've been getting more internet attention, people have been picking me apart about my grammar, my misspelling of words. I'm a professional fighter. I didn't win a spelling bee.
Yeah.
In fact, I lost most of my... I lost all the spelling bees I was in. Some of them I didn't get last place in, but spelling is not my thing. And I don't know why spelling things wrong offends people.
Got me. I've never been much of a speller either, but I actually don't remember ever being in a spelling bee.
They didn't do them at your school?
They might have. I just don't remember them. I'm also a fighter. I get punched for a living. I don't remember most of what happened prior to last week. It's all glimpses. I remember when I was like 3, I remember rolling down a hill with my mom, and that kind of brings me to present day.
So that's when you were. That's like when you were online. Is when you were rolling down the hill.
Yeah, that's where I kind of uploaded and said I remember this, and then it's about earlier this week. So I came back on.
I came online when my grandma gave me a Nintendo for my birthday at the Razzmatazz.
How old were you? 16, 17?
Yeah, like 5.
Okay.
She's like, maybe 3, between 3 and 5. That's when I came online. My
Yeah.
birthday at the Razzmatazz. Now, the Razzmatazz was a ghetto Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
They had a mouse that sang, like, on stage.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, boy or girl.
And then if they, like, only had... He had, like, a pack of animals, and if he wasn't singing, they would just close the curtain over the robots because they couldn't move. And you would just see him singing. Like, it was so crappy.
That's why my wife, she says she remembers stuff from like when she was 1. She says, yeah, I remember a little bit here and there. She has more memory of childhood than I do.
How?
I don't know. She's a smart gal, my wife.
Yeah, she is smart.
Yes. I tell her at least I can squish things if she ever needs it squished. And that's pretty much my usefulness to her. So to make sure my kids remember stuff, I'm always like jumping. I'm hiding behind corners. I'm trying to scare memories into them.
You're trying to scare them online.
Yes, anytime they're like really happy, I spank them. So then they get kind of conflicted. And that conflicting of emotion is what they will remember. Making them just building memories with my children.
Now, Sam's got 2 kids. Tell us about them while we're here.
I've got Reagan, who's just a little monster, and then I've got Ivel, who's my little angel, or Jedi and Sith, as I call him. Actually, this morning, I went into I woke up first. I'm always up first, like 6 o'clock-ish. Kids wake up at 7. Mommy's still sleeping. So they're down with me. We're doing whatever. They're watching what they're watching. I'm doing what I'm doing. I went to the bathroom. I came out, and I assumed, and this was the wrong thing, I assumed they were still doing what they were doing. And then it was probably 10 minutes. I said, you know what? I should have heard something by now. And I heard nothing. And so I get up, and I'm looking around. I'm searching the house. Oh. And so it's they're either outside or in the garage, and I'm hoping they're outside. Nope, they were in the garage, and they were screaming. My little girl is 2. She got into the laundry detergent and sprinkled it everywhere, and it was in her eyes, and it was in my little boy's eyes too. And
so yeah, she got him too.
She was just screaming. I said, you know what, Reagan, you're on your own. I grabbed Ivel. I put him in the sink. I was so upset, just spraying him in the face with the little hose in the sink.
You're on your own.
They are
You're
screaming
2 now.
Screaming and cleaning up. I can't clean them both at the same time. And so she did it, and she knew what she did, so she gets to have soap in her eyes for longer. And the little boy's screaming that I'm spraying him in the eyes. But it's got to be done. So I get him clean. I just kind of set him down and get Reagan up there, who's still screaming. Now she's like screaming.
She didn't get attention.
Like, this is, don't ever do this again. And they get it all. And they were pretty upset, but they were. I don't think they ate much of it. I'm hoping, anyways. But their eyes were opening. So I actually called poison control. Those are my stupid kids, my little retarded kids. They ate soap again. So what do I do? And he said, well, what you do? And they went through the lines and said, what you got to do is you got to put them in for like a half-hour shower. He said, they're going to hate this, but you got to spray them in the face for like half an hour.
Oh,
it was like the greatest half hour of my life. They screamed the whole time, and I'm just holding it. This is good for you. So this is the memories I'm building. Stay out of the garage, or this will happen again. It was quite a long morning, but it was. Yeah, looking back, assuming they don't get sick in the next day or 2, it was pretty fun. Funny.
Yeah, and I bet that's going to lead to the memory of just never wanting to do laundry. Reagan's going to never do laundry.
I can't do. No.
You're not going to spray me in the hose.
Separate the whites. I have to separate the whites.
So you saw the first episode of Tough.
I saw the first episode, and you look fantastic.
Well, thank you. It must have been the hair.
It was. It was what? Toothless Harry Tom is what they say.
Toothless Harry Tom.
# Toothless and Harry.
You know what's so funny? Everybody got a kick out of me and thought it was a joke. My dad couldn't have been more furious.
He was mad?
Yeah, he's like, why are they making fun of you? He was not happy about it. I'm like, it's a joke, Dad. Come on. He's like, you don't understand because you don't have a son. I don't want my son getting picked on. I'm like, it's a joke. It was pretty funny.
You got to tell Dad, you're right. Go take care of it for me.
Yeah.
Find these people on the internet and hunt them.
Hunt all the people who talk crap on the internet. Because I'm telling you what, this is going to be an awesome season of The Ultimate Fighter. Tough 22 is going to be the season to end all seasons. In fact, mark my words, they're not going to have any more after this.
Your words have been marked.
They're marked. because this is the season to end all seasons.
The season, capital TH.
Unless they bring all them back. I wonder why they haven't did an all-star tough yet.
Because they're too professional. That's actually, I when I was on the show, like the last day you get to talk to them a little bit. And so we actually talked to them, and they said that the All-Star, which was probably one of the most talent-filled seasons ever, they said they won't ever do it again because it's too professional. The guys did nothing. The Shoney Carter did a little something. I think he made a boat out of toilet paper or something.
He threw a bunch of water bottles in the pool and made a raft.
That's
and then
what it was.
We were talking about doing that too.
Yeah.
Bill did a raft out of water bottles or something because there's just so many that get wasted.
Yeah, I could see it happening. But they said that they didn't drink, they did nothing bad the whole time. And it's a TV show first. They want you to do something bad.
What losers.
Yeah, what losers.
Now, I don't mean like a pass. I'm talking about like an all-star of people who just were on tough. And like to bring them back. Or maybe do multiple, get a few champions in, figure out which weight class has the most champs and do it, or 2 weight classes.
I don't know if you'd find 16 people willing to do it again.
Did you like your experience?
It was worth doing. I always get the question, did you like it? It was worth doing, but it was so boring. And I know you didn't have quite the same experience, but...
what made yours so boring?
There was just nothing to do. I built a chessboard. I played 10,000 games of chess in 7 weeks or however long it was. And that was like the excitement. You work out twice a day and then you've got nothing. And it was just, you just count the time. Now, I'm sure it had something to do with me losing so fast. I just kind of was like, well, now what? You want nothing more than to get those 10 minutes back, but you don't get them back. And, yeah. So that must have been it for me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I loved my experience. Overall, it was a great experience. I hope I win. But other than that, it was a great experience. And I met a lot of great people, a lot of good fighters. Me and our team got along.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, am I?
Yeah, I think you can say that. That's too late. It's been said.
It's been said, and I don't know how to edit, so.
So this is it. One take Tom. That's what they call us.
Yes, you got it right the first time. But it was a great experience. A lot of, the cameramen were cool. The production crew was cool. There's probably so much stuff that's just so messed up that they can't show on the camera.
Yeah, so that was... It was weird how they edited it. And you haven't experienced this yet.
No.
One episode. But it's weird what they think is, worth TV. Because I know I did more stuff on my season they put on TV. And I have got my journals. I know I did this. And they just edit to make it a little different, look a little different. Like in my season, there's Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. Let me bang. That was like 2 hours on one night, and they played it over and over and over. They made it seem like it was the biggest thing. It was our house was full of hell all the time, and it was one night. That was it.
Yeah, it's usually like a one night thing.
Yeah.
When stuff happens, but what oh man, I lost my train of thought.
I'm glad you didn't lose your plane of thought.
Ooh,
bam!
I was going to talk about my boat of thought.
Your submarine of thought. He's a sandwich maker, by the way, as you all saw in episode 1 of Tough. He's just dishing out subs.
Yeah, I got a job at Quiznos. They pay me to hand out subs.
Yeah.
What did you think of the first episode?
I thought it was great. I don't know anything about the season other than that first episode when I was there.
Of course.
My personal opinion is the Americans have an uphill battle. I think you have got every talent in the world to win the show, and I think you were going to crush everyone they put in front of you. But I think the Americans have an uphill battle. I think they found the absolute, 8 of the, or 9, I think, we get a bonus character this next episode. 9 of the greatest fighters the UK and all of Europe could produce.
Is that said that we have a bonus character?
Yeah, they said that.
They said that
at the end of last week's episode, they said, and special guest... Two new characters.
Oh, all right. So yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea we were getting a bonus character. I wonder who it is.
I wonder.
There's only one way for me to find out, and that's to tune in.
Tune in Wednesdays, 7:00 Pacific time.
Pacific time. But in New Jersey and East Coast, that's 10:00.
Yes, Wisconsin, that's 9:00. Colorado, that's 8 o'clock.
So if you are in those areas, watch the show.
At the time zones we just listed.
Yes. And then sync them up. What about Hawaii? What's up with that? When's that time? Is that an hour after us?
No, they've got to be longer than that. If you're in Hawaii, you're out of luck. I don't know when you watch it.
Don't ask us questions about Hawaii.
3 p.m. in the afternoon. That's when Hawaii watches. Yeah.
So back to the show. You were saying it was an uphill battle, and you don't know who's coming on. We got a guest character. But something you guys don't know is Sam Alvey was there for the first fight. I was allowed to bring out 3 people, and I brought out my coach Poncho. That's our head coach at Team Quest.
Yeah.
And Sam Alvey training. He's one of my training partners, my main training partner, and we scrap every day. And we help coach and mentor each other. What did you think of the experience of coming down to Tough?
Oh, I had a blast. It was so much fun. And it was fun to see, especially being as I've done it before, I know exactly what these guys backstage are feeling and what they're getting ready to do. And you guys had a little nicer than us in that you had 2 or 3 people there for you.
That was awesome.
And mine, it was we were at Mandalay Bay and there's nobody else. It was just it was me, Shane Carwin, Dana White, and Roy Nelson. Those were the 3 people that watched you fight. And and that was it for me. So it was kind of cool. It was a little warmer.
Yeah, we had an audience.
Yeah,
because there was VIPs there. Like I think the Fertittas were there at some point, and there was always an audience. I guess the UFC has relations with people and organizations, and they brought people in. If everybody bought 3-4 people, they were there. So the bleachers were filled, semi filled. I mean, it's kind of like you were sparring in your gym. But in the same instance, once I was in the cage, all I could hear was Coach Sam and Coach Poncho. All I could hear was Sam and Poncho. So it was like I was fighting normal. It was like a normal fight, and they were close enough to the corner for me to hear them.
Yeah, they put us like right there when you fought. It was pretty sweet. We got to, and there wasn't much coaching involved. You just kind of took us back like we knew you were going to, and you choked him unconscious.
Yeah, we actually had a camera come into the room, and Sam and Poncho visited me, but they did not show that. They did not. Why do you think they didn't show our thing? It was hysterical.
It was pretty fun. I don't know. Maybe it'll be in the bonus features when the DVD set comes out. That's the coolest thing, is eventually you're going to get to own yourself on DVD.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes, it was a life goal of mine, and I got it when I flipped out of Tough. But now my next goal is I want to be on the video game. I don't know when that comes out, but I'm hoping I'm on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Would you play online?
Oh, I would play. Yeah, and I would. Yeah, once or twice. I'd play like only my character though.
And then when people beat you up online, who had no hobby,
This is it.
I'm tired to see myself get knocked out.
I punch way better than this. Yeah. So it was good. It was exciting to be there. I don't know why they didn't show everything, but again, it'll be the bonus features.
Only so much time they had, but I really thought we had a really funny one.
Yeah. You know what they did cut out? At the fights, I was kind of heckling Conor McGregor the whole time, and they didn't play any of it. And I was very disappointed because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, they did catch your USA chant.
Did they? Oh, I didn't hear it. Yes.
You were the only one chanting it.
Oh, that was a letdown. It was the end. Everyone had fought where Dana White gave us, all right, now it's up to you guys speech. And so we were all kind of leaving. I said, all right, let's do this, guys. USA, USA. And I was the only one that did it. I did it, I don't know, 8 times, and nobody picked up. So
nobody did. And it was only Americans there because the Europeans couldn't bring anybody besides Mehdi because he's in America.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
so that's all that matters.
So if you go back to the first episode, you'll hear Sam's USA chant. Oh man, it was so funny. Actually, a funny story is I had ringworm right before I went on the show. It appeared, and when I was in the hotel, I noticed it. And I was so scared to tell anybody about it. And like that, I had ringworm because I thought I wouldn't be able to get into the house. And I was itching. I was trying to put conditioner on it. I was trying to use whatever I could in the hotel room. Because Selsun Blue could kill it, but I didn't have that. I had whatever in the hotel. So I even tried peeing on it in the shower. It was like, it works for athletes, so I was trying everything. So I knew Sam and Poncho were coming for a visit because they were hinting that they were going to have a special guest, and I'm not that stupid, even though I get punched in the face. And I wrote a note, and then when I shook Sam's hand, I made sure I passed it along to him in the note.
Yeah, it was pretty stealthy. It said, "Please help, I'm being held against my will."
Yes.
But I knew what that meant. It meant you need a Lamisil.
Yes. And then I at some point I got a knock on my door because I was sitting there after they left. They were there for 5 minutes. Got a knock about 2 hours later. I was questioning too for the whole 2 hours. Will he get me the Lamisil? I got a knock on my door, and I looked down. There's some Pepto-Bismol since I had a pretty bad cut, and then there was some Lamisil and a good luck note, and then I just saw Sam scampering down the corner.
I didn't know what was allowed. I didn't want to get him in trouble. Just kind of threw at his door, knocked, and ran.
One of the fighters on the show had his girlfriend come back to his room afterwards.
Oh, yeah?
Like after the camera left. Yeah. He said he went out and he had her come back so he could bang her out. And then one of the producers called him and like, no big deal. Those people were named nameless, so I'm not African American mailing anybody.
Yeah.
So Sam, gonna do stand-up comedy anytime soon?
Yeah, whenever it's around. It's what, open mic night the first Sunday of every month or something?
Yeah, we do stand-up comedy, like just as for fun. We're hobbyists right now. Hopefully one day we'll be able to get paid tens of dollars to do it.
Tens of dollars, making the big bucks.
That's how you know you made it. Maybe we could become hundredaires. But we've been doing some stand-up comedy. Sam had his first open mic night. What did you think about when you had your first open mic night?
It was fun. I never really planned on what I was going to say. I just kind of went up there and said, "Okay, this is what it's going to be."
This is a funny story.
Yeah, this is a funny story. So I told a funny story, and I thought it went over pretty well.
So do you think your comedy style is going to be more stories?
I think with a good story, I can stretch a 2-minute story into a 10-minute story pretty easily. I speak pretty... I have a lot of words. They don't always mean everything, but I'm willing to use them. And so I think that'd be a good thing for me to do.
So maybe probably the story route.
I think I might go the story route. And I've been around the world 6 or 7 times already,
so got some stories.
I've got a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, and you probably could keep it clean, almost like a Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, I'm a fairly clean guy.
Yeah.
I shower at least once every other day.
Nice,
and,
you're such a clean guy.
I am clean as a fox. And so I think I'd probably be a clean guy. Not a big cusser.
No, which is good. That's what sells. I try to do more of the observational comedy. I would like to expand more. I would like to do be able to tell funny stories like how Louis C.K. does or Ari Shaffir. I love those guys and they tell such great stories. But I like to do little quips. I'm more of a just quick punchlines and observational humor. But I would like to eventually expand as I get a little bit more comfortable. I've done about 10 of them now, so I've been getting really good. I found out I got about 20 minutes of material.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Just thought of a new name for your podcast. Instead of punchline, it'd be choke line.
The choke line.
Yeah.
And I thought of a new name for really high spelling bees, spelling wasps.
Oh yeah, spelling hornets for the super talented.
That's the elite level of spelling bees.
That's for the Asians. That's for the Asian countries. They can be spelling hornets.
Spelling hornets, yeah. That's US.
Spelling African killing bees.
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian?
It was Mitch Hedberg, but he OD'd.
So he's probably your favorite dead comedian.
Yeah, he's favorite dead. I love Bill Cosby. I think he's hilarious. Even though he's now raped girls and stuff, his comedy's still good.
His jokes are really good.
Yes.
They're a little rapey, but they're good. You know what? I don't know much about the subject matter, about who said what. I've never looked into it, so I can't really even give my opinion about Bill Cosby. All I know is he made the Cosby Show, and that was on the
Cosby
TV.
Show was fantastic.
And I liked his stand-up comedy, but as far as him, I don't know much about him as a person or what he's done, or I didn't pay attention to it because just not my need to pay attention.
I didn't care at all.
I didn't care at all. Yeah, put it like that. I didn't care at all. I'm like, oh, so the Cosby Show's not coming back? I would have to say my favorite is, right now, it's my favorite, I would say, current comedian would be Louis C.K., maybe all-time George Carlin.
Yeah, I like, actually, Carlin, he gets boring for me, and it's a sin to say it because everyone loves him, and I always enjoyed it, but it was always more informative for me than it was funny. I like him, and I'd never turn him off. But he was never my biggest cup of tea.
He wasn't, yeah.
And Louis, I like his stories. I just hate how much he cusses. He's just constantly cussing. And
yeah.
It's like almost distracting for me.
I love it. I think he's funny. I like how he uses the N-word and he doesn't care. And he just talks about it's real. He keeps it as real as he can. I believe he donates most of his money away.
He might. And he's a ginger, too, so he's pretty awesome.
You know he's from Mexico?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, he's from Mexico. And I think he moved here when he was 8, and he says he just associates with white people because he's white, and he forgot Spanish.
Yeah, well, that's...
He's like, you can't lie, that's who you are. He's like, I'm a white person.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, me too. You can't tell, though, because I got all this hair.
You can tell with me. I don't hide it very well.
You have freckles.
I do have freckles.
That's kind of hair. That's hair of the skin.
Well, I have hair. I just not quite like yours.
It's red, so you really can't see it too much. So I guess that's it. This is all we got for the show. Yeah. Oh, wait. Favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter was Roger Huerta. Loved him.
You can't count yourself, though. Favorite fighter, not counting yourself.
It's Anderson Silva. He's just better than everyone. Except apparently Weidman. Although, Weidman, I'll never bet against him again unless he fights Silva.
You can't bet against Weidman.
You can't, and I won't. I mean, as much as I like Rockhold, I think Weidman's going to win.
I think they're very similar in style.
I think it's going to be one of the truly great fights.
It really can be. I think, they're both in-your-face fighters. They're both big 185ers. I mean, Rockhold's huge. Yeah,
I walk around heavier than him.
He looks...
He does. He looks massive. He's 2 inches taller than me. He's just swollen. And unless he's lying, he says he walks around at a 205. He says, that's why I try and keep myself fat. I do not.
He tries to keep... He doesn't look like he's 205.
He doesn't. He looks massive.
He looks massive. He is a massive... He makes Dan look small. He's bigger than you. I mean, size-wise, but... Yeah, he looks massive. And he knows how to wrestle, he knows how to strike, he knows how to grapple, and same goes for Weidman, too.
Yeah.
I think I would go with Weidman more towards on this, is because he's got the wrestling edge.
Yeah.
And maybe the reach.
Does he have a long reach?
I think that's what gave Anderson Silva trouble. He has the same reach as Anderson Silva.
That would make sense.
And Weidman also gets to keep his shoes because he hasn't been defeated.
And with that, we're signing off.
All right, thank you. Every week we're going to post this podcast. I'm going to have new guests. Sam will probably join me again. And keep tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at Tom Gallicchio. Follow me on Instagram, Tom Gallicchio.
And remember, we're looking to get a name for this show. So hashtag Tomcast. And then whatever name you want.
Follow Sam Alvey at
Smilin' Sam.
Follow him on Instagram.
Smilin' Sam again.
And I think we have a Facebook fan page. Follow that. I think that's where I'm going to post this to. Yeah, go to our fan page. Like that. Like our stuff. Buy our stuff.
Buy our stuff.
And go tell all the companies that we should be representing them.
We have earned money from them.
Yes, because we're the best. And everybody else.
Around. Nothing's ever going to keep us down. We're the best around.
And I'm Tom Gallicchio. This is Sam Alvey. Thank you for joining us today.
Peace.